There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But
That's fine, just do it, which is fine, yeah. I don't know who did those. Thank you. I don't know. Who did those?
One of the longs, either Kathy or Matthew.
Oh, okay, one of the longs did, okay. Oh, okay, real good. I don't.
think that. I like that. Firmly planted in my seat. Good morning. My name is Judy, and this is Reverend David Old. I'm your host, and Reverend David is my co-host. And a big welcome to everyone online. We're happy that you're joining us today. Here at Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor, we draw upon the universal wisdom found at the heart of all of the world's religions and offer a spiritually progressive, socially responsive, and radically inclusive approach to life that is as practical as it is mystical. We come together to encourage and support one another in our individual spiritual journeys. And so wherever you are in that process, we are glad you joined us today.
Indeed we are, and today we have Adam Bergman doing our music for us, and we are so happy to have him here. So at this time, I am going to invite Judy to open us in prayer.
Okay, so I wrote a little prayer yesterday in the middle of doing a whole bunch of stuff, and Paul's looking at me like, what are you doing? You're sitting down. I said, I got to write this. So it's called My Happiness Place. I have a happiness place I go to whenever the world gets too crazy, when things seem to be spinning out of control, and when too much is asked of me. I look forward to going to my happiness place where I can retreat from the outside world and relax, unwind, and breathe. My happiness place is just right for me. It is calm and peaceful. It is loving and light. I am at one with everything that is beautiful about me. I'm not judged, I'm not rushed, and I'm not imposed upon. I am still, I am free, I am happy. This place resides in me. It has been given to me without condition, but I have placed certain things in my space, which makes me come back to it time and time again. There's a comfy couch and dim lighting. There's soft, slow breathing, and I get full to the max. There's affirmative writings available if I choose. There's a warm, cozy blanket to ease the chill. I know that my happiness place is waiting for me anytime I feel the need, reach the limit, or just need some time to be quiet, away from this world of unnecessary chatter and stress. My place to reconnect with the source within me and rest. And so it is. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us to your happy place. That was lovely. It really was. I have a happy place like that too. And the truth of the matter is we all have that place within each and every one of us, and we can tap into it at any time. Sometimes we have to be reminded that we can do that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. That was lovely. I do want to introduce our prayer chaplain. Susan Fabro is our prayer chaplain today, and she will be available to pray with you after the service. We have a prayer room upstairs, and she'll be delighted to pray with you if you would like someone to pray with. And thank you for that service, Susan.
Okay, and then we have a prayer request box, this wood box over here with prayer requests and pens, And just put someone's name, even your own, on it, and we'll pray for you for 30 days for the highest and best for yourself.
Also, I want to just remind you that Unity has a 24/7 prayer line. If you find yourself at any point, at any time of day, that you really would love to have someone to pray with, I mean, you're having a hard time or you just want to be grateful with somebody, you can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY. And there will be somebody there. It's Silent Unity. It's a service that Unity provides. They've been providing it for many, 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 many years. And so if you're ever in need of someone to pray with, 1-800-NOW-PRAY. It's that simple.
And so now it's time for some music. Adam, what do you have for us today?
Good morning, everyone. And you know, Judy, I get to sing songs that other people have written, and you wrote some great lyrics with that beautiful poem. So that was really well done. Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday, November 16th. We're midway through November, and we're approaching the end of the year, with today being about release, inner peace, and forgiveness. I really like these song choices today. So let's start, if you may please rise. And this is one of my personal favorites, diving into that gospel vibe and that feel by the incredible Michael Gott. And we have a lot of affirmations for the month and today. But I just want to take a moment and ask everyone to say, I release and I let go.
I release and I let go.
Okay, now we're going to sing about it.
Okay.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all myself, and I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you got to let it all go. Let it all go. You gotta let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your energy. Thanks for singing and clapping. We're here at Unity. We can express however we want to. You want to move, you want to sing. Also, everyone at home, thank you for joining us today. We're going to keep going with a second selection. And I know, Devani, this is one, where are you, Devani? This is one of your favorite ones, and I thought of you picking this one. As we talk about release, inner peace, forgiveness, this is another song to hold the inner child's hand and ground yourself and to be kind, to give yourself that peace, to grant yourself that inner release. And we're going to touch on forgiveness in a bit as well. But remember, it all comes back to love. So let's grab each other's hands, let's grab the inner child's hands, and let's sing about the love within. There is only love. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me, I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. 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 Thank you. Reverend David, sometimes you all just pick a really good theme that brings out the best songs, so thank you.
Did a good job. Great choice of songs. So unity teaches that each person is a unique individual expression of God, and that we create our experience of life according to the thoughts and the feelings that we hold in mind.
Unity was found on prayer. We believe and teach affirmative prayer and meditation changes us by raising our consciousness and helping us realize our connection with the divine and the truth of who we are.
So our affirmation for this November is, I am a powerful spiritual being whose divine inheritance is freedom. And so I lovingly release all baggage, limiting beliefs and old wounds, and open fully to life, love, and joy. Will you repeat that with me, please? I am a powerful spiritual being whose divine inheritance is freedom. And so I lovingly release all baggage, limiting beliefs, and old wounds, and open fully to life, love, and joy.
Amen. So now, Adam, you got a special song?
I do.
What is it?
Thank you. Again, thank you, everyone. Welcome here and at home. Sunday, November 16th. We are approaching the end of the year. We are going more into ourselves as we go into the cold season, and we tap into the inner child and a lot of reflection and meditation, which we do all year round, especially here at Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor, but especially this time of year. For the third part of today, with release, inner peace, and forgiveness, this is personally my favorite song about forgiveness and completely on brand. For me, as a theatrical person, with the second part of Wicked coming out, we really are going to see Glenda and the Wicked Witch Elphaba have a very important conversation to piggyback off of our series we did on the Yellow Brick Road. Thank you, Reverend David. This is my favorite song about radical acceptance, forgiveness, and the title can be read two ways: for good and for good. And it's one of those entendres, if my English is correct right now. Stephen Schwartz, the composer, knew the title, but he asked his daughter, struggling with lyrics, he's like, what would you say to your friend that you recently had a parting of ways with? His daughter had a friend, Sarah, and pretty much verbatim said the first verse. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow, and if we let them, we'll help them in return. So this is a conversation between the two witches of Oz, and I wanted to sing this song for you all with this week, the movie coming out, and this theme. So this is for good. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe it's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring, like a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by skybird in a distant world. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things you've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes, like the wind of the sea, like a sea that drops a skybird into the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you so much. And because we knew you, we have been changed for the good too. Let me say that. Thank you.
You know it's a good one when I pull the stool out.
Well, good morning, everyone. So good to see everyone. And welcome again. We're just delighted. It's a beautiful day, a little cold, but it's at least sunny. And thank you for those of you joining us online. We're always glad that you join us, and so you're welcome as well. And thank you for being here. A priest, a minister, and a guru. They're out talking outside. And they're talking about prayer. And the priest says, kneeling is definitely the best way to pray. And while they're out there praying, there's a telephone repairman up on the pole doing some work, and he's watching them, listening to them. So the priest says, kneeling is the best way to pray. And no, said the minister, I get the best results when I'm standing with my hands outstretched. And then the guru says, you're both wrong. The best way to pray is to lay down, and just laying down, that's the best way to pray. And the telephone repairman couldn't contain himself any longer. He said, hey fellas, he interrupted, the best praying I ever did was when I was hanging upside down from a telephone pole. So picture this. You're at an airport and you are dragging a suitcase that's so heavy that it feels like it's packed with bricks. And people are staring at you as you drag it along. I mean, they're wondering, what in the heck is inside of that suitcase? You're struggling with it. And so you proudly say, oh, these are my grudges. I take them everywhere I go. So, you know, I laugh at that, but, you know, we probably Isn't that what we do emotionally, though? You know, we just carry those grudges, the resentment, through every season of our life, through security. If we're dragging it at the airport, we drag it onto the plane with us. We even take it onto our vacation. And when someone suggests, hey, why don't you check that in? We reply, oh, no, these are mine. I need them close to me. So forgiveness is like finally handing that suitcase to the airline and checking it, okay? Suddenly you're free. You're free to run to your flight, you're to the gate, and you're free to catch the flight to peace. So today we're going to explore what it means to live with an unburdened heart. Not a heart untouched by sorrow, but one that has learned to release, to forgive, and to rest in peace. The spiritual journey does not bypass emotion. It invites us to meet it with love, to let it move through us freely, leaving no residue. This is a heart that remembers its wholeness even when it's been in the midst of pain. So in the next few minutes, we'll explore why holding on hurts us more than it helps us, how anger and pain can transform into wisdom, and we'll look at some practical steps to release what no longer serves us. Because an unburdened heart just isn't a nice idea. It's the foundation for peace, clarity, and a deeper connection. But first, let's name what we're working with. You know, we carry emotional burdens, resentment, guilt, grief, and not always loudly, but subtly, like stones in a backpack that we forgot we were wearing. And these weights, they shape how we speak, how we love, and how we protect ourselves. And often we don't even realize that we're carrying them. As the Buddha said, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. Yet you are the one who gets burned. From the direct path, one of my special teachers is Rupert Spira. He reminds us that the self that we think we are, the one who was hurt, is not our true self. Emotions are real, but they are impermanent. And clinging is where the suffering comes into. So before we go any further, I'm going to invite you to let us just take a moment and reflect. And so I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, and I want you to just bring yourself to this space and this time. And take a deep breath and feel that breath as you breathe it in. And as we relax here, fully protected, we feel safe. But I want you to gently ask yourself, what am I still carrying? What am I still carrying? And is there a name, a moment, a feeling that rises? So if there is a name, if there is a feeling, if there is a moment that rises up that you're still carrying, can we offer it compassion? Not to fix it, but just to see it clearly. So we're just going to pause here, just for about a minute, just in the silence, being aware of what might pop up for us that we have been carrying, that we can let go of. You know, it's good to pause every once in a while and just ask ourselves questions like that. You know, because I believe forgiveness is a key to our spiritual growth, I've created and printed some copies of a key insight sheet and a reflection guide to accompany today's message. You'll find them in the foyer, and also there's the screen over here on the other side. There's a table, and I've put them there. So if you, before you leave, grab one, because it's going to have these steps that are essential to forgiveness. That's going to have them listed. So also, for those of you online, if you're interested in that, all you have to do is just email us and ask us for the key insights for today. So now let's ask the question, why do we hold on? And so I want to explore that why. Why do we hold on? If letting go feels so freeing, why do we cling to anger, to hurt, to resentment, like a heavy suitcase? It's because holding on feels safer than letting go. We carry pain like proof of what happened, of who we were, or what we survived. We grip the story tightly, afraid that if we release it, we'll lose something essential. But the truth is, the story is not the self. The wound is not the wisdom. So why do we hold on? So here are 5 reasons that we hold on. Number 1 is the illusion of control. We think that if I stay angry, I'm in control. But really, in reality, the grudge controls us. It dictates our mood, our energy, even our relationships. And the second reason is we identify with the attachment. We confuse our pain with our personhood. So I was betrayed, therefore I am broken. But the deeper self, your true self, is the one beneath the story. And your true self has been untouched, has been whole, and is free, and has always been. That is your true self. The third reason is the fear of vulnerability. Letting go means opening, and opening really feels risky at times. We fear being hurt again. So we armor ourselves with resentment, but that armor is heavy, and it blocks the very love that we long for. And forgiveness feels risky too. It can feel like saying what happened didn't matter. But forgiveness doesn't erase the wrong. It releases the weight. And vulnerability is not weakness. It's strength in disguise. The strength to live with an open heart even when it's been broken. The fourth reason is unfinished emotional process. Sometimes we hold on because we haven't fully felt something. We haven't allowed ourselves to. You know, grief and anger and shame, they linger when unacknowledged. Letting go isn't skipping the feeling. It's completing it. We don't heal by forgetting. We heal by feeling and releasing. The fifth one is identity is tied to the wound. Sometimes the pain becomes a part of who we are. We tell the story so often that it feels like our name tag. Letting go means rewriting the story, and that can really feel scary. But it's also the doorway to our freedom. So if holding on feels protective, but actually keeps us stuck, how do we move forward? And the answer isn't forcing forgiveness. It's transforming. It's transforming what we feel into wisdom. And that's where the real work begins. So how does anger transform into wisdom? Anger often gets a bad reputation. We're told to calm down, let it go, or worse, pretend it never happened, or pretend it's not there. But anger isn't the enemy. It's a messenger. When we meet it without resistance, it can lead us to strength and clarity and wisdom. Anger shows up because it's a signal. It's a signal that something matters. Our boundaries, our values, our sense of justice. And ignoring it does not make it disappear. It buries the lesson. Growing up, I had some real problems with anger. And my father had some real problems with anger. I've related this story before, but it was such a growing lesson for me. My father could really get angry. And if he had been drinking, it would just amplify that. And if I did something wrong and he had been drinking, the punishment could be severe. And so I really had a situation where I really feared, maybe even hated my father because of the treatment that I received from him. Up until I saw even as a boy, I judged my father, this anger, as just being immature. And I said I'd never be that way. I would never be like him. And yet, when I grew up, I was taught to be a good boy and not to curse and things like that. I grew up in the church, and I tried to be a good kid. But I had a trigger point, and that was whenever I bumped my head or hit my head, I would go berserk. It would be like what you would call road rage today. I would, bend over to do something and get up and hit my back of my head, and I would just explode. I would say every curse word I could think of. It was like Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I became a totally different person, and not a person that I like to be, or not a person I'd like to show. And I did this. I had that. It was just a natural trait for me. If I hit my head, bumped my head, I would go berserk. And it was only through therapy in my 30s that all of a sudden it just clicked. And it used to be that my father, whenever he wanted my attention or whenever I did something that didn't please him, he would slap me in the back of the head. And I could not respond to that. I just had to stuff it. Because if I responded to it, the punishment would be even worse. So I just stuffed it. And it's so funny how that just, finally, to be healed, it has to be revealed. And through therapy, I understood why I was going berserk whenever I hit my head. And honestly, just understanding that, I was healed. I was healed from that rage that would just overtake me at times. So the transformation process, there's 3 steps to transformation. The first one is to pause and to feel instead of reacting or suppressing. And I suppressed. Notice the anger in your body. Notice the tightness. Notice the heat. Notice the energy. This simple pause turns chaos into clarity. So that's the first stage of transforming the anger. The number 2 is ask, what is it protecting? Behind anger is often there's a hurt or there's fear. So ask yourself, what boundary feels crossed? What value feels violated? The inquiry reveals the wisdom that the anger carries. And then the third step is to integrate that strength. When understood, anger transforms into qualities like courage, self-respect, and clear boundaries. These are the building blocks of healthy relationships and of inner peace. Just think of anger like a smoke alarm. If you rip it off the wall because the sound annoys you, you miss the fire. But if you listen, you can put out the flames before they get started, before they spread. So anger isn't the fire, it is the signal. And wisdom comes when we respond and don't react. So once anger has done its job, once it's taught us what we need to know, it naturally loses its grip. That's what happened to me. That's when forgiveness becomes possible, not as a forced act, but as a free choice. And that's where the heart truly becomes unburdened. So I do have a 5-step pathway to forgiveness. So forgiveness isn't about pretending nothing happened. It's about releasing the grip that pain and resentment have on your heart. It's not a single step, it's a journey. Here's a practical path that you can follow, and I'm breaking it down into 5 different steps. And again, it's in that handout, and if you don't have one, I purposefully didn't just give them to everybody. I just put them there, and so you can grab one on your way out. Number 1, acknowledge the hurt. You can't heal what you won't name. Recognize what happened and how it affected you. This isn't about blame, it's about honesty. And I refer back to my story. I had to name it. I had to name what was it that was causing me to blow up. Number 2, feel before you forgive. Don't rush, allow anger, allow sadness or disappointment to surface. And these emotions hold the wisdom you need. And skipping this step will lead to shallow forgiveness. Number 3, shift the perspective. Ask, what can I learn from this? How can this experience strengthen me? And so this reframes the pain into growth. Number 4 is choose release. Forgiveness is a choice. It's not a feeling. You may not feel warm about the person, but you can choose to stop carrying the weight. It's like setting down that heavy suitcase and walking free. And then number 5 is practice compassion. Compassion doesn't excuse the harm. It simply recognizes that hurt people often hurt people. This softens the heart and makes forgiveness sustainable. So forgiveness then isn't about changing the past. It's about changing your future. When you forgive, you're not saying it was okay. You're saying, I refuse to let this define me. That's the essence of an unburdened heart. So wisdom teaches us forgiveness is not about changing the past. It's about freeing our future. So today I do invite you to travel light. Ask yourself, what suitcase am I dragging? What story am I still wearing like a stain? You don't have to carry it anymore. The choice to forgive is the choice to live free. So we're going to spend some time in meditation right now. So I invite you to just get comfortable in your seat. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. And we're going to take a deep breath, let it in, and let it slowly out. And feel your body being supported in the pews or the seat that you're sitting in. And so just relax, let your shoulders drop. We are relaxing and we are becoming totally present, totally relaxed in this present moment in this chair that we're sitting in. And I want to invite you now to, as we're relaxed here sitting, I invite you to bring your attention to your heart, to the area of your heart, and imagine it is a space that can hold both pain and peace. Imagine that space of your heart. It is a space that can hold pain. It is a space that can hold peace. So now I want you to imagine the emotional suitcase that you've been carrying, filled with whatever grudge or hurts or disappointments, whatever it is, whatever emotions that you have been holding on to. And I want you to really feel the weight of that. Notice how it feels to hold it. And you don't need to hold it. But we're going to acknowledge that weight. We're going to be aware of it. To be healed, it has to be revealed. So what weight, what emotion are you still holding on to? So that weight is in that suitcase that you're holding on to. And I want you to now to imagine that you are setting that suitcase down. You don't need to open it. You don't need to fix it. You don't need to explain it. You're just going to set that suitcase on the ground and you're going to step away. And just feel the lightness in your body right now. You have let that go. You have put it down. Feel it. Feel the lightness. Now breathe really deeply right now. Take a deep breath. And with each exhale, let go of one layer of tension. And with each inhale, just invite peace in. Invite clarity. Invite strength with each inhale into your heart. So we're letting go of the tension and we're inviting the peace, the clarity, and the strength with each in and out breath. So right now we're going to make an affirmation, and I want you to silently repeat this to yourself. I choose freedom. I choose peace. My heart is unburdened. I choose freedom. I choose peace. My heart is unburdened. So take another deep breath and let it out slowly. And as we prepare to bring this meditation to a close, when you're ready, I invite you to gently open your eyes. And so we let the heart rest now in its quiet knowing, unburdened, open, and held in the stillness of love. And may we carry this lightness with us as we move forward into this new week. And so it is. Amen. Namaste.
That was another great talk, Reverend David. You're talking my language. A lot of us were hurt in childhood, and so I'm sorry for your hurts, and I'm sorry for everyone's hurts. Good to know our true self is untouched and whole.
Yes.
So, I had a lot of hurts. I worked through it. But the one thing I would say, what I wrote down, was you get to build a new and better story,
Yes.
right? You get to work through the old story. You build a new and better story now that you have control. Because when you're little, you don't have any control. So thank you.
I do want to thank Adam for your music today. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you here doing our music. Those great choices, I think. And also I want to thank Ibrahim over here for doing our live streaming. Ibrahim, thank you. We appreciate you.
So now it's time for our vision, mission, and statement of being.
We have a global vision. Will you please speak it with me? Our vision is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
And we have a sacred mission. Will you say this with me?
We inspire and empower spiritual growth to awaken us and transform the world. And we have a personal statement of being. Will you please say that with me? I am a dynamic center of the Christ light, mighty to unfold my good and radiate that good to all.
So it's time for announcements. We have lots of activities and events happening this month. Additional information can be found on our newsletter, our website. There's sign-up sheets on the first floor fellowship room for all of our upcoming classes and workshops.
So this year is World Kindness Week from November the 10th to the 16th. And so volunteering, we believe, is a wonderful way to spread kindness. So we are looking for some volunteers in our outreach, our bingo, our seminar, hospitality, and welcoming committees. So if anybody of you are not volunteering, would like to, please see either myself or Claudio. Claudio, raise your hand. He's our volunteer coordinator. He would love to talk to you.
So you get to eat cake today, celebrating the November birthdays upstairs in the hospitality room from 11:30 to 12:30 with coffee, tea, and snacks and fabulous consciousness-raising conversations.
So today from 12:30 to 2:30 in the first floor classroom, I am facilitating a Introduction to Unity, and which is also serves as our new member orientation class. So it is open to everyone who would just like to learn more about Unity, and also it is a required class for those who are wanting to become voting members.
Right. So again, 12:30 to 2:30 in the conference room today, Carol Ann Greaves, but I haven't seen her. Oh, not today? Next week.
Okay.
Next week is a book study called The Diamond in Your Pocket.
Okay, very good. Also, every Thursday in the chapel here, Nelson Ng is facilitating a string theory music group. Beginners are welcome. If you play an instrument, get together here on Thursday nights. It's from 6:30 to 8:30, and it's here in the chapel. And please enter through this door. So you'll need to park out there and come in this door. He'll give you a way to do it from the back, but there's another group that is meeting in the conference room, and so we cannot go in and out that way. So if you come to the string theory, make sure you come through this door, and then Nelson can show you a little trick, but I'm not going to try to, so that you can bypass that. So anyway.
Okay, next Sunday, the 23rd, our good friend Justin Tewin will be speaking. His talk title is Reality Begins in Consciousness. And after the service and fellowship from 12:30 to 2:30 in the first floor classroom, Justin will be facilitating a workshop entitled Shaping Reality with Your Mindset.
And this
So
is
sign up, please,
Yeah,
if you want to attend that, so he'll know.
a wonderful tie-in with our third unity principle that we create our life experiences through the thoughts and the feelings that we hold in our mind. On November the 30th, Sunday, from 12:30 to 2:30, in the first floor classroom, Dr. Ken Hart, will be giving a seminar entitled The Hero's Journey, Joseph Campbell's 12 Steps Along the Path to Wholeness as Seen by Carl Jung. So he did one sort of beginners last month, and he's doing a more advanced on that process on the 12 steps. That will be on November the 30th.
Right. And he's so good at these.
He is. He really is.
I really,
Yeah.
really enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yep. And of course, sign-up sheet. So Sunday, December 7th, from 11:30 to 3, in the main floor community room, the Unity Art Wall Committee presents an alumni art collage for an afternoon of connection, creativity, and collages. Coffee, tea, and snacks will be served in the main floor community room, right out there, correct? Reverend David, right
Yes.
out there,
Right up
yes.
there, yeah. So every year, Unity does a Advent booklet with daily meditations and readings, and they always do such a lovely job. And the 2025 Advent booklet, this is our gift to you. They can be, I put them out already. Advent begins on November the 30th. You'll find copies in the foyer, and you'll also find copies over here behind this screen. So grab a copy, and they're there until they last, while they last.
Get your copy.
Yeah, get your copy. Oh, also, if you need a Spanish, and I do have a few Spanish for our Spanish speakers, so just see me about that. I'm not just going to put those out, but if you want a Spanish copy, I can get you that, okay?
Wow. Okay, so, Susan Fabro is our prayer person today. Susan, in blue. We'll see you upstairs in the prayer room directly after the service for prayer.
So all of our classes, programs, and services are made possible by your generous donations of your time, your talent, and your treasure. So we're deeply grateful for all of our volunteers and for your financial support. So our heartfelt thanks.
And donating is simple. Visit our website to explore the many easy ways we've created for you to contribute, or use the donation box located at the chapel entrance from the foyer. And again, we thank you.
So we invite you now to stand up, and we're going to open our hearts and minds in gratitude as we close, or as we speak aloud our love offering blessing, which is showed on the screen there. Will you repeat after me? Divine love in me and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So we're changing it up just a little bit. We're going to
stick with We Are the World to the end of the month. And then for next month, we're going to go back to the peace song for the first time in the year. And then we will have another new song
and also
for New Year.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing the prayer protection first, and we're going to close with the song. So we're changing it up a little bit. So the prayer for protection, that's first. Can you get that for me?
We'll go to the end, Ibrahim, just to the prayer
there we
protection
go.
first.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. So the light of the love surrounds us,
We are light.
and the love of the divine enfolds us.
We are love.
Love.
The peace of love fills us,
We are peace.
and the power of love protects us.
We are
We are
power.
power.
The presence of love watches over us,
We are presence.
and wherever we are, love is.
All is divine.
divine.
And you are divine. Thank you. And now we can sing, We Are the World. I do like this song. Yeah.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people crying, oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me.
And please join us upstairs for some refreshments and nice conversation. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Hey, thanks.